It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go from Wisconsin. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. This is Reed working the right side. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Escapes the pocket. Pass brought in by Watson. And this is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Shotgun now for Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get 6 and a first down as well. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, sending an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To the air with Love. Now setting up a screen for Jacobs. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Pass it down close. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. Jayden Reed, the touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. 1 quarter away so far. The Packers on top early. Will return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Looking from the pistol, Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys they can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. How about 29 yards on first down? And that's good for a new set of downs.
I know we talk all the time about special teams flipping the field, and undoubtedly they will at some point today. But on the opening drive, to flip the field to get in the other team's field position, that's a great sign with that run.
On the give, it's Sanders. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
There we go.
Throwing again is Dak. On screen here to Blue. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this. Nickel look by the Packers on 3rd down.
There we go. 47.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys earn the chance to tie before halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it would be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop them.
They come up with a touchdown of their own, and then, I love this, a little one-upping by scoring on the 2-point try to take the lead.
Yeah, you love it because you didn't have to make that call. The coach did. But clearly, they don't want to play from behind. They want to be the one dictating, and now they've got to do it the rest of the way.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. They gain 11 on that play, and it'll give the Packers the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Took off with it again, and he's down after getting this up to the 41. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches.
Ready?
Love from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
Might shift to the run here, 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Drill green.
Love out of the shotgun. Chased out to his right. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. New set of downs for him from the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Love now off the play action. Caught just shy of the goal line. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Throwing again. Love. Forced out to his right. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
And he will reach the end zone, so a perfect ending to the first half. They get a touchdown and tack on the 2-point try. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
Yeah! There we go.
He'll throw it. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Quay Walker in to pick it off. And the Packers are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He doesn't get very far, just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Yeah, pretty good. I feel good.
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Gonna lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Dak out of the pistol. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And this gets him well away from danger as he is up past their 20. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Dak. Dump off caught by his back. And this is brought to a stop at the 34-yard line there. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Straight ahead with Williams. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel. It's just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. A 3rd down run with Blue. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it's largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Yeah, here we go. I took the line in. Bingo 47.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. Trying to plow ahead for the 1st. Can't even get back to the line. That brings up 4th down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Looking to throw. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the fourth. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. That'll be 2nd down.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Sanders running dead ahead. And he's almost to the markers. His effort takes it to the 40. 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Kill! Yeah, 26.
Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Dak to the air here. We've got a screen to the running back. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Cowboys losing by 7. Second down now, they need 7.
Yeah, here we go. 47.
He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take him down right along the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
We're going to 53. Yeah, Perry, 26.
On the give, it's Blue. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Williams now on 1st and 10. Winning their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. Catch is made in close. And he gets from the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
The Cowboys will line up
back to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. All right, let's be frank, Brock. You don't be Frank, I'm going to be Frank. You be Brock. Sure, time may not be out just yet. I'll be here with your mom jokes all day. Time's not out yet, but they sure risked the entire game on that call with not too much time to go.
Who likes playing it safe? Nobody likes playing it safe in this day and age. And you know what else it does? It empowers this defense. Like, now go out and win this game. Offense did their part. They were bold. They took that risk. Now defense, go find a way to finish it.
22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Savon Rebel with the pick.